Piecewise functions. So we're going to do the last example here, modeling a real life example. All right, so this is you rent a karaoke machine for 5 days. The rental company charges $50 for the first day and $25 for each additional day or any portion of a day. Write and graph a step function that represents the relationship between the number X of days and the cost Y in dollars of renting a karaoke machine. All right, so I went ahead and put a graph on here, and it says number X of days. So number of days is going to be our X-axis, and the total cost in dollars is the Y-axis. So the first thing, let's go ahead and make a table of values and try to get a sense of what we're looking at. So it says you rent a karaoke machine for 5 days. So the first day is $50. So we know that day 1 is $50. So we're going to have the whole first 24 hours. So 0. So from 0 to 1, from 0 to 1 is going to be $50. All right, and then each day for the first day is $50 and $25 for each additional day. So if the first day is $50, day 2 would be $50 plus $25. So 50 plus 25 is $75. So from day 1 to day 2, it's going to be $75. So it says each additional day. So day 3 would be another $25, which would make this $100. So from day 2 to 3 would be $100. And then if we add another $25, don't know what just happened there. Sorry about that. All right, so if we add another $25, we're going to go from 3 to 4 and add another $25, and the pattern just continues. All right, and we'll organize that a little bit more when we get to our piecewise function. All right, so this is going to be a step function. The reason it's going to be a step function is because this is a whole 24-hour period. From 0 to 1, it's the same cost no matter what. So it's going to be a constant function at each day, but it's going to be written as a step function. So if we look at this, we can say f of x equals, and we know that it's going to be these numbers here. The first day is $50, the next day, so on and so on. So we can go ahead and write our functions down. Because it's constant, there's no x, there's no slope, it's just a constant function. All right, and this represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So it says we rent for 5 days. So each one of these is going to have to be defined by a domain. So we kind of started looking at that. From 0 to 1 represents that first 24-hour period. If you rent a karaoke machine for 1 day, that initial first day is $50. So we can come down here and say X is always going to be your domain. So if we're talking about domain, let's go ahead and put X and Y on here as well. So if we're talking about our domain, and I really have no idea why I jumped that far away from the function. Oh, yes, I do, because we have to define it on both sides. All right, so day 1, $50. That goes from 0 hours up to 24 hours. So we can write that as 0 to 1 day, and that's not going to include 0 because 0 means you're not renting it. So if you're not going to rent it, it don't cost anything. So it's going to be an open circle there. And then all the way up to 1 day is included in the $50 charge. All right, on day 2, All right, same kind of thing. The first initial 24 hours was included in the previous step, so that one's open circle. And then up through the second full day would be $75. And then the next one is going to be the same thing, except this one's going to be 2 to 3. So this represents the end of day 2. That's not included here because it was included in the price for day 2, but it will be included for the total third day. So anything between the hours from days 2 to 3 would be $100 to rent. And then days 3 to 4, same thing. And 4 to 5, same thing. So to write our step function, we just first have to get our table of values and kind of get a sense of what this cost is going to be per day. Now, if we want to graph this function, this will be, you know what a step looks like, and it says words in math. How does the graph of a step function relate to your understanding of the word step? Well, if you know what steps look like, a step function looks like something you could walk up. It looks like steps. So from 0 to 1, we know we're going to have, let me see, I need to make this a little smaller here. All right, so this is our number of days. So from 0 to 1, it's going to be $50. So it's going to be an open circle here, and it's going to be a closed circle here. And then everything in between, not renting a karaoke machine, which is the 0, to renting it for 24 hours, which is 1 full day, would be included right here for the $50. All right, day 2 costs $75. 1 is not included because that charge would be right here. So on this step, we will have an open circle here, and we will have a closed circle at 2 because this would represent 2 days or 48 hours. So anything between 24 and 48 hours would be included in that step. And then the next day, 2 and 3, would be $100. Oh, wait a minute. I graphed it on the wrong line. I'm focused on getting my open and closed circles here, and I didn't go up far enough. All right, so this should be on $75. Here's $75. So it's going to be open and closed. See if I can make this one a little bit better too. All right, now day 2 to 3 is going to be $100, so make sure I jump up to 100 this time. At $100, it's going to be open at day 2 and closed at day 3. And then from days 3 to 4, it's going to be at 125. It's going to be open at 125 and closed at day 4. And if you look at this, it looks like steps, like you could walk up the steps. All right, one more. So I'm going to go from day 4 to day 5. Day 4 at 150. And day 5 would be closed circle. That means it would be included in that $150 cost. And again, if you use the vertical line test, that would pass the vertical line test. So that represents a function. That's a good way to check to see if it is a function or not. So for this one, organize your information, make sense of the problem, Making a table of values helps. Write your function and then graph the function. So that's all for piecewise functions. If you have any questions, please let me know.